Hi, my name's Whitney from Creatively Fit. Some of you know that I've been a little into painting owls lately, and I paint to relax and have fun, get into my right brain where I'm totally present and focused on the big picture, my passions, and not getting overwhelmed with details and logistics. Some of you may be doing the painting race, the Owl 10K, where we're painting 10 owl paintings. And we do this to get creatively fit, simply to break up the routine and become more mindful. Tonight I have a friend's birthday, and I thought I would paint her a birthday card instead of give her a normal birthday card. I have these gesso boards. This is a 6x6 side. They're hard, and so they make a really great gift, and they're easy for people to display or to frame. So I'm going to take you through the process, and we're going to paint the owl step by step. I want to show you how easy it is. There's no need to be afraid of painting, and this owl design is really fun and easy. Okay, so I have some paint on my palette, and I am just going to paint this painting with white, yellow, pink, and blue. If you keep the palette real simple, the painting will go a little quicker because the colors will all blend together to mix other colors. So to outline the owl, I'm going to mix a gold color, so a deep yellow. The way you get gold is by mixing yellow and its opposite color. The opposite color of yellow is purple, so I'm going to mix up a purple here with this pink and blue and add it into my yellow, and this is how you make gold. The first time I learned this, I was shocked. I never would have mixed purple and yellow together. Okay, so now I'm going to outline my owl. When you're drawing something, the fun thing is that you always start with the easiest part first. So for me, I always start with this simple line that is the kind of the nose or the crest of the owl. So it's just a triangle that I let fall off the page because I've found that it is so much easier to paint a painting and make it interesting when it takes up the whole paper. So as I look at this right now, I think I can make him a little bigger. Some people think painting smaller is easier, but really painting bigger is easier. Now this is, again, this really small canvas. Okay, and you can see I'm slightly making a mess of this, but that's okay because this is acrylic paint and it's going to dry and we can paint over it. So there's the body. It's just a U shape. It's amazing how complicated we think a design is, and then when you break it down, it's so simple. So here's one wing. There's another wing. And there are his feet. I really like the eyes, so I'm going to make those as big as possible. Okay, so now that I have this down, I'm going to paint the background first. I'm going to stay with the colors, like I said, that I have. I shouldn't have to clean my brush with water at all. So I'm going to mix up a purple, and I'm going to start painting the background. Sometimes people, they don't know what colors they want to use in the end, and they're not sure maybe what the design is going to be, what colors. So I think it's easier to start painting the background. Now you can see how for this part of the background, all I did was dip the same purple brush into the magenta, that pink color, so that each part of this background is a slightly different shade. So you see how I've divided the canvas up. Now I'm going to add a little white. I've divided the canvas up almost like stained glass, so that it's really, really easy to make the painting simple. So I'm going to paint this color, and we've got the background. So then we want the owl body to stand out a little bit from the background. So right now I'm just mixing, I haven't cleaned my brush with water at all. I dipped the brush in the blue and moved it over here to the white. And I'm going to start painting the owl in with this blue. Now when I sit down to paint, I honestly have very little idea about what colors I'm going to put where. What you become much more comfortable with as you paint is that you can paint over anything. There is not a single mistake that you can make that is not fixable. And whenever I paint a color one place, I always paint it somewhere else. So I'm just going to go ahead now and paint it up here so that there is unity in the painting. The color is creating unity by repeating it from place to place. Okay, so now I'm just going to even add more white. Still haven't cleaned the brush, so I mixed the brush I had just right into the white. I'm going to add a little pink. Okay, now let's paint the wings. Oh, now look how close my wings now match the background. So that's just something that I will change in the further layers. The other thing you can notice, see how my outline, that yellow outline, is getting smaller and smaller. So let's make the other wing stand out a little bit more. We'll make it a little bluer. So when you paint in these spaces, you're going to paint over your outline a little bit on either side, and that will make the outline look narrower, and it just kind of tightens up the painting. I'm going to add some of this blue in here. So we know that blue and red, we're using blue and magenta. So blue and red, blue and magenta mixed together to make purple. So any combination of blue, the magenta I'm using, and white is just going to make different shades of purple, and just a little bit of yellow mixed in there is okay. It makes a more sophisticated color. Okay, so now we just have to paint the eyes inside there. Now the eyes are where I have so much fun. Some of the bigger owl paintings that I do, which I'll show you in a second while this is drying a little bit, the eyes turn into mandalas, and I'm able to put a lot of really fun detail. Now I don't have to worry about painting over the centers of the eye, because I'll bring that back in, and I always paint the eyes a different color, so each eye is a different color. It just gives you a reason to look from one eye to the next. Really, when you're painting, you're just trying to make it interesting. So the more colors and texture and different shades of color you can add, the more interesting it's going to be. So now I just put a little of that pink. I'm going to put some pink. I'm going to put some blue over here. I'm going to put a little, I love doing this with the owl eyes. Maybe add some detail up here. And then we've got to paint in that beak. Okay, so he's coming along. Sweet little thing. Okay, while this dries a little bit, put a little down here. The brush is just bouncing around the canvas. You know, what I witness with my beginning students versus the students that have been taking classes with me, whether it's in person or the online classes that we offer, is that the biggest difference between the students that have been taking for a while is just that they're not afraid to make a mistake. And the new students are like, oh, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what color to put down. And the new students just go for it. So here are one of the owls that I've painted on a bigger canvas. And this is fabric that is stuck in there. There's some fabric where you can see the pattern. This fabric I painted over, so this is just for the texture. But look at how much fun you can have with the eyes. The eyes are just a whole entire separate piece of art. And then you can see how each section of the background is different. So when you look at this piece, your eye keeps moving around, looking at all the different things. If this was all green, the same as this and this side, then your eye wouldn't move around as much.